Hello friends, and welcome to the Crypto Stacker channel. My name is Dean. If you're watching my videos for the first time, please know I only make them for entertainment, education, and for community building in the crypto space. So please do your own research before investing in this or any crypto project for that matter. Friends, happy Terarium Tuesday. For many of you, you're going to think, wow, this video is coming very early, but I just realized I usually film Tuesday nights. That's why I called it Terarium Tuesday. But by the time I release the video, for most of you, it's already Wednesday. So I've decided I'm going to start trying to get all these filmed Monday night late, or like right now, we're just after midnight. So it is Tuesday, but it gives that video all of Tuesday to celebrate Terarium Tuesday. And then if I miss that for any reason, I can still save myself filming at my old usual time. Guys, Terarium still hanging out at a very similar price. Actually, when I did my show prep, and I'll show you this in the spreadsheet, the price was essentially identical to where it was last time I made a Terarium Tuesday video. But there are some really big things coming. As all of you know, we are now in the crunch time for the Terarium development team. They told us that they would be delivering the Terarium exchange the 1st of November, plus or minus 2 weeks, which means it could come, really as early as the 15th of October and as late as the 15th of November. Anywhere in that time frame, as far as I'm concerned, is spectacular. If it falls outside of that time frame, they better have really strong explanations as to why that would be, but I've got confidence in the team that they're going to get it done. Now, I say that because they've given themselves deadlines in the past, and generally speaking, they've met those deadlines. And for some of those products that have been released, a lot of us in the community would like to see more. The Terra Pool, for instance, we're not seeing the progress of the projects that are there. If they are there, we haven't seen a project launch on that, but the product itself was delivered on time, and I'm sure they're up to their eyeballs in this exchange launch. The exchange launch has to go right, my opinion. In my opinion, this is a make or break situation for the development team. But there are some great things going on with Terarium developers, and I'm going to show you that here momentarily. Before I get into that, let's take a quick look at what's going on with the fundamentals for Terarium. Now, I did the show prep on the 3rd, right before midnight, and now we're the Terarium Tuesday. It's 4th of October. My son's birthday is the 3rd of October, my oldest son, Chase. Son, very happy birthday to you. I love you, and I hope you're doing well. He's been working his butt off. He's in his last year of medical school, and it's been an absolute time battle for him and his family. He's just really a lot going on there. So I wish you the best. All right. Holder count for Terarium, 10,287. That's up 5 from last week. Now, this isn't much, but it's a positive number. And guys, there were weeks where we struggled with that. So for me, it's good to see a little bit of support there. And there's another number coming over farther in the spreadsheet that also makes me think hopefully good things are coming for Terarium. Ranking of Terarium currently 675th with a market cap of just under 20 million. Last week, just over 20 million, and you can see it in the price here, 9076. Now, it's slightly down from last week at the time I prepared this, but it's relatively the same. Now, here's the number that makes me think, what's going on here with Terarium? And I'll show you what this looks like graphically here in just a second, but the volume today, 109,000, and the burn is officially 73.79. The previous numbers, there were some rounding there, but this is officially 1/100th of a percentage point away from being 0.8 burned, that next one, next percentage. And the more we burn, the merrier, in my opinion. They'll never be able to burn it all, and that's fine. But as the tokens burn, the ones that remain in the market should gain additional value. Okay, so 3.3 trillion tokens burned in the last week. Let me show you here what I'm talking about from a graphical standpoint when it comes to the volume. So this is a 7-day graph for Terarium, and this bottom line here is volume. If you look back at the first of the week, it was around 50,000, and then it drops down, and it's in that 20,000 range, I'm going to say. Here in the last 24 hours, it's hopped up, and we're right there around that $100,000 volume mark. Now, this is a good sign, right? More people taking interest, more people exchanging Terarium, the token, drives this volume, which drives the burn, and hopefully more buys than sells will drive the price upwards. So I like seeing an increase in volume, and I would suspect if things look like they're going to plan as we approach November, we'll see additional volume and hopefully some increase and improvement in the price of Terarium as well. So when I look at what's going on in the community this week, every time I do my show prep, I always go out to Twitter. I try to look at all of the players in the Twitter space, the development team, what RD Price is talking about, and so many of you are kind enough to tag me in your posts about Terarium, and I truly, truly appreciate it. It helps me keep a pulse on what's going on in the community, and what I can see is there is more people out there excited about Terarium than there have been in the last 30 days prior. I think we can all feel that there's something in the air here. We're all anticipating the launch of the exchange, and all of us know if this goes right, we are sitting in a good place with our investment with Terarium. So fingers crossed, you guys. I mean, any good juju that you can send toward the development team, now's the time to do it. And development team, Milton, Dr. Ramana, Dr. Praveen, Dr. Willman, all of the developers that are working, the programmers that are working in Chennai, India, we are pulling for you guys. We want to see you succeed. We want to succeed. I've watched crypto projects for a year talk the talk. Very, very few have walked the walk, as well as Terarium has up to this point. You know, this is my opinion. So delivering on this one, this is the big ticket item. So let's get it done. All right. In the Twitter space, my favorite tweets this week were found in Dr. Bodiga's page. And the first one comes here. This is Dr. Bodiga pictured with Senator Cynthia Lummis of Wyoming. In the United States, there are only 100 senators. There are 2 from every state. And so to be somehow in a meeting where you get to actually shake hands with these guys, a lot of them have security details. So I don't know 100% what this event was, but Dr. Bodiga, this goes back probably about 6 to 8 weeks ago when this photo was taken. Now, at first I was kind of thinking, why is he revisiting this? What's going on here? Well, what he was actually doing was tweeting out a link to a YouTube video where Senator Lummis gives an interview, and it's with this Natalie Brunell. She's, pretty strong YouTube personality with 30,000 subscribers. This video has about 5,200 views, and I'm about 9 minutes into this, but I can tell you this video is worth your time, because what Senator Lummis is talking about here is this push for adoption of cryptocurrency in the United States. And if the government accepts this, if they create legislation that's supportive, but yet, give some oversight to the process so we as investors are safer when we're investing our money, the potential that crypto has is huge. Which brings me to the next tweet that I found really interesting, which is an NFT article written by Dr. Bodiga. And he's talking about the Terra NFT platform, but this is a great, great article. If you jump into this, there's a foreword written by Milton. And guys, this is the best thing that I've heard come out of Milton's mouth. Okay. There is a ton of good information here where Milton is showing some confidence, and what he's saying here, you guys, I'm not super dramatic person, right? I'm not the hype guy, but give this a read if you haven't read it. He's talking about the fact that the landscape is changing. Okay. One of the examples that he uses is, the youth of today are less interested in the Beatles and AC/DC. They're more interested in Post Malone and Dua Lipa. Things are moving forward. So he compares this crypto movement to the internet. When the internet came on in the late 80s, early 90s, mostly early 90s, I can remember, you guys, very, very distinctly the first time I ever saw a website. And it was really just absolutely horrible compared to what we have now. But we were amazed by the technology. And at the time, nobody had any inkling whatsoever what the internet would turn into. We just thought it was a place where maybe people could go and you could get some information. Now it's this massive commerce space. You know what the internet is. I don't have to explain it to you, but if a person would have been on the front lines of the internet, of these companies, you think of the giants now, the eBays, the PayPals, Tesla, and by Tesla, I mean Elon Musk, who started PayPal, Amazon, we would all be in a different situation. At least I definitely would be if I would have had the foresight then to be investing. And so, we're at the forefront of crypto investing, and catching the right investments at the right time could really, really help us improve our financial situation. So this forward by Milton is great. And then Dr. Bodiga goes into basics about NFTs. And I actually learned some stuff here. I did not realize. I knew an NFT was a non-fungible token. I don't know why I didn't really ever know this, but the word fungible has to do with divisibility, meaning a non-fungible token cannot be divided. It's a singular thing, whereas a fungible token like Terareum or Bitcoin, they could actually be subdivided. You don't have to have $19,000 to own Bitcoin. You can own a portion of a Bitcoin. And he talks about that in terms of, you can have Satoshi units. So great article here. The forward by Milton is inspiring, and he sounds like he's got a great deal of confidence. If Milton can deliver on what he's talking about here, in terms of building a vibrant ecosystem and having all of these parts come together for Terarium, we're going to be in good shape. Okay, so that is my hope. And then, of course, just on the Terarium Exchange Twitter feed, they're officially saying, and this we've known for a while, but they're putting it out there, which to me says you got to deliver, that the Terarium Exchange will go live November 2022. So we're just weeks away from that, guys. It is exciting. Let's drive the excitement together, get the word out there. It's as simple as retweeting these things. And development team, we're pulling for you. We want to see this project succeed, and we know that you guys have been working hard to make that happen. So let's keep this going. Friends, thank you so much for stopping in, checking in with me today. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Check back with me soon. We'll watch our crypto stacks grow together.